Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George, we're frickin' here.
Bro.
We're at the finale of Dungeon frickin' Meshi.
Months and weeks later, dude, and we have finally arrived.
Wow. It didn't start in the 21st episode, the third from the last, like we kind of expected, but we did kind of anticipate it could happen in the 22nd. They were leading up to it, but that was clearly kind of like a very slow-paced, almost filler-esque. You know, it was kind of like riding the line, but this is like...
We got some good info, though, especially about the wherever the castle, or not castle, but that village is. Somewhere in the dungeon, maybe even, I don't think it's a parallel dimension. I think it's actually within the dungeon, but still, like, that was some key pieces of information that they presented.
But I think that was episode like 20, wasn't it? And then 21 was more of like, it wasn't the full thing, but 21 was largely in the aqueducts or wherever that area was with the griffin.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, at least like half of that episode or more was in that area.
Yeah.
Right. So it was slightly filler. I mean, it wasn't. There was some cool stuff. There was some fight scenes. There was the making of the monster. Like, we learned that Marcel could do that and stuff. So, like, it was fine, but it was clearly a transition to get us to this point where now we're learning some hella interesting backstory about the Golden City, I bet.
And
Senshi's. Yeah. So
Senshi's backstory.
It's gonna be sick. This is gonna be freaking awesome. I can't wait.
How do you think it ends?
I have
Do you think
no,
it ends with a
point,
showdown against the lunatic magician?
I want to say it probably does because they've been building up to that. I just don't understand how they freaking overcome that. Right? Like I don't understand. Like, because like surely they've got to have a season finale, right? So there's like one of three things that I think could happen. They have a showdown with the Dark Magician, which I think is the most likely, or at least some kind of interaction. They meet up with Fallon, which I think is the least likely thing, and then we don't know what the consequence of that would be. Or three, they just continue on into the dungeon because they got to go deeper, right? So they just keep going. But like the third option seems so anticlimactic, right? It's just like, what exactly would the situation be that would make it super exciting and they're just simply going down into the dungeon? That would be like season finale worthy. Because at this point, like, I'm expecting a confrontation with Thistle, right? That's what I'm expecting, right? There's almost nothing outside of maybe a confrontation with Fallon again that would develop something new and interesting that the last one didn't, that's going to be worthy of like a season finale.
Yeah, my only hesitation with that is like, how do they win? Right?
That's the question,
like,
right? Yeah, that's the question.
Really, the win condition for a fight against Thistle in my mind at this point is they escape alive. Right. That's really like it. Like, I don't think they have any way to harm him.
No.
So yeah, unless there may be some secret here within the Golden City, right? That powerful weapons or gear or something that they find. They're severely outgunned by Thistle. Yeah,
I can imagine that it's a combination of option 1 and 3 where they do interact with Thistle and then they're able to get away somehow. But like, to be fair though, that just kind of seems like a retreading of the last time that they encountered with Thistle. And maybe the idea is to build up that he's so powerful and a danger when he shows up, there's consequences. But there really wasn't a huge consequences last time. They got fricked up last time. And so that was kind of the consequence. It was like our boys and girl got fricked up and they were able to barely escape. So like, are they going to do that same thing again? They meet up with him and they barely escape again. It's like, okay, but we've already done this song and dance.
I could see a potential in which Fallon regains control for just like a split moment
and fights back.
And she's like, she's able to save them. And it's like, she's like, run, get away from here, whatever. And like the way up is blocked. And so they have to like keep going down or something.
Potentially. Maybe it's all three then.
Yeah. Maybe it's all three. Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited though. I can't believe we're finally here. Crazy stuff. But let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So excited.
Oh. Then she's using this guy's helmet.
Dude, that's so much freaking. You're right.
Uh-oh. What?
Oh, frick. I wonder if that hole in the helmet is from the griffin's bite. Oh!
Bro.
Oh,
yeah,
frick.
that's the griffin. What?
Oh, weird. Oh!
This is a sexy dwarf woman? Oh. Oh.
Oh, brutal.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Oh. Dude, this is sad. Wow.
Yeah. He's right. I mean, they're both kind of right in a sense, but...
Yeah, it's a tough situation, right? There's really no perfect answer. Oh, no.
Jeez, dude. Oh.
No way.
The dude with the helmet got killed. Oh, no. Wait, so he actually... What? Was it actually the griffin?
No. He killed the guy.
That's... Is that dwarf meat, dude?
Dude. How did he get out of this?
Jeez, dude. Wow. No way.
Wow, so he isn't from the dungeon.
Oh,
knew
man.
it, dude.
Oh, gosh.
Is that why he's eating monsters?
Oh, he didn't want to know for sure. Yeah.
Ah.
Bro, Lyos, did you not hear?
You're right, but like timing, bro.
Yeah. Bro, it might almost be worse.
Yeah, it's gonna break him even more. Exactly.
Gonna do both.
Exactly. Freaking guy.
All right. Let's say there was a possibility
Oh no.
in
What do
which
you do?
you
Oh no.
might have, to survive, you didn't know for
Okay.
sure,
All right.
eaten human meat.
Okay.
Would you want to know?
What I want
You're
to
in the
know.
same, yeah, you're in the same situation as Senshi. Would you want to know? Or would you rather be in obscurity the rest of your life and have plausible deniability to yourself that, no, what I actually ate was a freaking alligator or whatever, right?
Here's the thing about me. I'm a man of truth. I must always know. So I would find out.
I would want to know as well.
Oh yeah.
I would want to know. I wouldn't like it. It would probably bother me finding out, but at least I'd be like, you know what? It was for survival. Like, I didn't go out and do it. It was presented
Sure.
to me as one thing.
Right. It's a brutal, horrific last resort that
Yeah.
was thrust upon me. if we're talking about Senshi's exact scenario, right? But yeah, I'd want to know for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
same.
even just despite the very fact that like Senshi's been haunted by this, right? Like putting even that aside, I just would want to know the truth. But yeah, there's also the fact of like it would haunt you forever. You just constantly be like, was it? Was it? Was it not? Yeah.
There's a famous story of a soccer team that got stuck up in the Andes Mountains. And
I think I heard about that.
A bunch of them froze and were dead. And then the rest of them were just stuck up there, starving. And it was a choice between, you know what, or dying.
Yeah.
And they made,
Correct, man.
they survived.
Yeah. That's freaking crazy.
It's insane.
Is that what you would do, George? Are you going to cook me when we go up to the mountains and I die first because of the cold?
Yeah, like they had to cook their teammates, dude. And, well, they didn't even, I don't know remember if they even cooked them or if it was like raw because it was just like so cold and frozen that like it was still preserved and stuff. But they essentially had to like wait out the winter until the snow was gone enough. Like I think it always stays, but like at least lessened enough so they could go down, climb down the mountain and actually like go to a village for help and stuff. It's an insane story.
So, George, would you eat the people to stay alive?
I think I would. I don't think anyone who says otherwise, I think, has never experienced that level of hunger.
Death level of hunger.
Yeah, death level of hunger, where you're just like, same with thirst, right? Like people, you know for a fact that drinking salt water will just wreck you, right? But you hear all the stories all the time of people who were like lost at sea and they died from drinking salt water because their body acted like their humanity leaves you in a sense, like your lizard brain
ravenous.
takes over.
Yeah. I think I've had a moment in the past where it's only happened one time ever, and I can't remember the context at all. But I remember feeling so hungry that I felt like, and it's probably not even to like, obviously, it's probably not into like the death level hunger that you would feel when you're literally starving. But I was like so ravenously hungry, I felt like I was going crazy. And so, I mean, yeah, in that context, like it's easy to say like, to be aghast, to be like, no, I would never. No, how could you do that? But bro, when you're skin and bones and your body is screaming and you're just like, yeah, I don't know, man. You turn into a freaking animal. You gotta do
I think everyone would. I don't think anyone.
I think most people would. I think there's some people who wouldn't, right? I think there's room for that.
Actually, I'll take it back. You would in like. So how do I explain this without sounding weird?
Here we go.
Like, the more familiar you are with the person,
true.
I think the less likely it is, right?
Yeah,
if it's
that's a stranger,
good point. That's like, a really good point. But if it's like a family member, dude, I don't even know if like being that hungry I would, right? But if it's a stranger or an acquaintance, right? I don't know the exact nature of like these teammates. But most like professional teammates, it's like coworkers, right?
Right.
Not saying I'm looking forward to ever having that situation with a coworker,
George.
But like,
if we're stuck on a mountain and I die first, I give you permission to eat the very small amount of meat that's left. Okay.
I give you permission to eat me too to survive, and then you'll tell the story. You'll live and tell the story.
What a dungeon Meshi finale we're having now.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so they're like, so I guess I shouldn't say everyone would.
Sure.
But under certain circumstances, like most people that say they wouldn't would.
That's a great point, though. I mean, if it was someone that I knew, like, I don't know, like if it's your frickin', like I don't have a wife, you do, but it's like, are you gonna eat your fricking wife? Like,
like
up
I
on
can't.
The mountain, like, frick, man, I don't know. I don't think I'd be able
like,
to pull
I
myself
almost
to
feel
do
like
that.
I'd rather die.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like, But again, it's really hard to say because some of these guys, like as far as I understand, had like PTSD about this for the rest of their lives.
I'm
but
sure.
It's like it almost becomes like an involuntary thing. Like you're not, for one, you aren't thinking straight. Your body, your brain has not been fed.
You're in extreme like desperation. Your brain's flooding with frickin' chemicals to force you to do stuff. Yeah, it's fricked. It's fricked. This is great. This is a great conversation to have. I mean, to be fair, it's not out of the blue.
The show proposed it, dude. Well, I'm just reacting here to what the
fair
show.
Enough. Yep, that's fair. I thought, you know, when they first proposed that the griffin wasn't eating people, I thought, what if one of them is killing them? Right? Because eventually at the end, the last guy killed the other guy, and then they literally ate him. But he did seem so distraught about what he did that he just gave up and left, or just died or something, right? So maybe not. But he did have a wound on his head, though. Maybe he went outside and died shortly after. Right? True. He was bleeding.
Yeah, that was a gnarly wound.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe not. Certainly got large wings.
Oh boy. Griffin soup. Oh no. Try the other body part though. Oh. The hoof. Yeah, the blunt weapon. Oh.
Wait, so he didn't kill the other guy. They were fighting, and then the hippogriff showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Frick. Wow. So we talked about cannibalism for nothing.
Great.
Yay.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, frick. Oh, that's so great.
Oh.
That's a good point about that kick.
Yeah. No way.
What?
Okay,
what a freaking twist.
Yeah. Oh man. Please.
This is it.
Please let it taste the same, dude, for his sake.
It's it.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh. They really did work together.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought they were all gonna change.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-oh. He's changed.
He's a dwarf.
Uh-oh. Bro.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's a halfling.
He became an elf.
No way, you're right. He's a tall man. What?
He's got a freaking shadow. Senshi, why? Oh!
What? It's a dog? Yeah, kobold?
With cat ears?
Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh, frick. Oh, what the frick?
Look at
They're wearing each
Senshi
other's-
there in the corner.
Yeah, they're wearing each other's clothes.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
gosh.
cool. Oh my gosh, that's
He
amazing.
pats him.
Dude, Senshi hasn't said a freaking word.
Yeah, what?
Oh.
Dude, Marcel was able to detect the trap.
Yeah, that's
Dang.
sick.
Thanks. So your like race or whatever like really affects a lot.
Yeah. No
Uh-oh.
way.
Is this where the lion is? Oh.
She's so cute like this though.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's the key?
Yeah, what the heck? I thought this thing
That's
was
the
dead.
key. What?
It
Bro,
locked.
that thing's huge.
It picked the lock.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Gargoyle.
Jeez.
Oh.
Bro, you're a tall man now, dude. You're not a freaking. Oh.
Oh. Marcel.
Jeez. Oh no. Her new body can't withstand this? Oh, she's getting mana sickness. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
What? What is this?
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, you're so small.
Can't reach anything.
Oh.
Oh. He doesn't have stamina.
So he has low stamina. Interesting. Huh. Wow, they could not beat those gargoyles. They just had to run.
Wow. Because he's tired?
It uses so much strength, right?
Yeah.
Oh. that what he said like perfectly fits his elvish self now.
Yeah.
I just can't get over Senshi, dude. Ooh.
Dumplings?
Dumplings. Let's go. Oh. There's hair in it?
Yeah, what is oh, it's Itsumi's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ugh.
what? That's so gross.
Oh, why did they do that? No. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it does not.
Oh no.
Bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Freaking Senshi. Yeah, dude, you need to change back.
Oh man. That's freaking hilarious. What the frick? Wow.
Dang, I don't know how this ends, man.
Yeah, that's I guess the last episode's got to be some kind of revelation then.
Yeah. You think they change back next episode? And the season with them changing back?
It certainly has gone on longer than I would have expected, but it's gotta be that they, they probably meet the lion and then they change back. The lion's able to change it back. I bet that's what it is. And then they'll get some kind of like revelation or something, and maybe even an encounter with the magician or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freeing the lion would be a good ending. They free him. Now they have his help. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting some cool revelations or something or other. Yeah. Something. They got to give us something, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Surely.
Dang. That's crazy. It's funny seeing them change like this.
Yeah. It is cool. It's funny seeing Chilchuck as a tall man, but freaking out like he would as a half foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I've said this a bunch of times, and so I'll sound like a broken record, but the show's really creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's brimming
Super
with
creative.
creativity. Lots of crazy different like wacky things that occur from episode to episode, and yet it all fits.
Yep.
So
yeah, true. Yeah, this gag, if you could even call it that at this point, went on way longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be like a little funny thing, but they really like, I don't know. It's so easy for this to be like a filler thing that happened, right? They transform, it's a little silly, and then, blah, blah, blah. But like they really went into like how it's truly affecting them, and there was a fight that they couldn't do because of it. It's like really like become a part of the story, like a point in the story, not just like a little filler thing that happened. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Marcel was able to detect traps that Chilchuck couldn't. So it just shows how much like the race affects everything. They talked about taste and all that. So yeah. All right. Well, you ready?
Oh boy.
You ready to go?
So. I think
the
so.
last one. Okay.
Let's do
it.
お前人事みたいな顔してるけどな。後者だった場合、俺たちハーフフットの平均寿命は50歳。お前はあと40年足らずでしわくちゃになって死ぬ。
Wrinkle sill?
狂乱の魔術師を倒す。
もうしません。
犯人が正気に戻る。
私は
何を？地上に戻る。いやー大変だったな。穴で隠す方法も考えた。
What?
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
Oh my gosh. He wasn't thinking like back into a person. He's thinking a smaller monster. What the frick?
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Is it her? Oh, it's the gargoyles? No way! Oh.
Oh, he headbutts it! I guess he's a dwarf. Oh no.
No way! They can wield weapons?
Smart enough. Yeah, they're smart enough for weapons.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
There's changelings in the floor?
Oh my
gosh.
Wait, maybe there's mushrooms inside.
Like underneath the floor? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, inside the gargoyles.
Oh, they're changelings now? Oh, it's stuck. Make a circle around him. Come on.
So they have the power to transform things now? Is that what's happening?
I guess.
What?
Yeah, it looks like they do. What? Are they gonna jump? No, they're waiting for it to attack, I guess. Yeah.
This is the strangest thing. They are gonna throw her. Oh, they made a ring.
What?
A fountain? Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, bro. Oh, interesting.
なんかやだ。
フライパンで油を熱しダンプリングをそっと入れる。あ、熱い。
Oh my
He's
god.
so delicate now.
油を井包は
What?
口部分が輪の役目を果たす。
What?
そしてダンプリングは種類が豊富。
No way, dude.
完成じゃ。
Just made a bunch of different assorted dumplings. Okay.
That's hilarious.
体が元に戻ってる。
Oh my gosh.
目覚めが最悪だ。よかった。
本当によかった。
They hated the tall man chill chuck. Oh, that's hilarious.
なぜ剣を布で覆ってるの？
これはその。
ちょっと見せて。
He didn't want to change it back, bro.
みんなで
Got mushrooms growing out of it?
Former ring around him and beat him up. He kept the mushrooms. What a freaking guy, dude.
Lios, man.
Oh, look at this.
An
Gondola kind of
elevator?
thing?
This is all within the dungeon. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
護衛の仕事はいくらでもあった。で、そのまま迷宮に入り浸るようになり。
Oh, interesting.
This is how they met people, okay, or their companions.
Yeah, huh.
学校の方がいい暮らしができたろうに。
Wonder if he feels guilty about that.
そんな周囲に嫌気がさして、俺は1年先に村を出てしまった。
Oh.
学校に入るまで、いや、マルシルに会うまで、ずっと一人で食事をとってたんだ。
Oh, so
Dang.
sad.
だからもう、二度とファリンを置いていかないと決めたんだ。少なくとも
Oh boy.
選んだ新しい誰かが現れるまでは。
Shuro was kind of like that, and then he
Yeah.
freaked it up.
Oh.
よくわからない木の実とか、よくわからない草とか。なんでいつも私のと
マルシルと一緒に食べたかったんだろう。
Oh no.
Aw.
早くまた一緒にご飯が食べたい。
Oh.
すぐに食えるよ。下半身の竜を切り離せば、
え
ファリンを人の姿に戻せると、さすがにそう単純じゃないだろう。
I don't think it is.
Probably not.
それでは、竜の部位をすべて食べてしまえば、竜の魂のみを追い払うことができるのではないか。
What?
So how
なんというか、そんなことを言うなんて。
how are they gonna do that?
反対かと。しかし、
Won't that hurt her?
I mean,
何食分なんだ。
How many meals would that take? Yeah.
今までで最も望みのある方法じゃないか。他に何か
Oh my gosh.
5人で頑張って1日1キロずつ食べても完食には10年以上かかる。
A decade.
ファリンの体調も考えるとそんな時間は絶対にない。
yeah, what is this?
お前が築いてきた人脈がものを言う時だ。
Come on, everyone, gather round. We
They're gonna
just caught
eat Fallon?
Fallon. We cut her off from the freaking hips, and we're just gonna feast on the rest of her. Come on down
Dude.
to Fallon's feast. What the
She
frick?
That's gonna hurt. There's no way.
This is the most
I don't know.
weirdest, most morbid freaking thing you could possibly think of. Like, what the frick?
俺に人望を
Yeah.
多くたち、たくさん食べてく
The
れそうな
orcs?
期待できる。黄金城の住人たち。少し食欲に乏しいところはあるが、そこは人数や家畜で
This is- I just can't get over how freaking weird it is to be like, all right, everyone gather around. You need to help us eat the freaking dragon part of Fallon. It's just too freaking weird, bro.
Yeah. He was lying though. He was
Yeah.
playing you, man.
ファリンの竜部分を一緒に食べてくれる仲間を探す。なんだこの不快感。
Oh, they're coming down together.
よどんでんだよ。お前たちが潜ってる間にまたかなり変わったんだ。
Oh wow.
気に食わない変化だろうな。
What's going on?
Oh.
All the elves? Here she is.
そんなもの食べるな。
随分と騒がしいな。
シチューの方がいいか。骨から出汁が。
Bro.
マリンで献立考えてる場合じゃねえだろ。
Seriously.
腹減った。
ダンジョン飯。それは食うか食わない。
Eat or be
そこ
eaten.
には上も下もなく、ただひたすらに食は生の特権であった。
Fair enough.
ダンジョン飯。ああ、ダンジョン飯。
Okay.
To be
be continued.
continued.
No post-credit stuff?
Let's see. Nope.
Okay, no post-credit stuff. All right.
Wow, that is freaking weird, man. I don't think I'm gonna get over how weird it is that they just want to eat the dragon part of Fallon. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, that's bizarre. This is not the finale I expected. It was fine, but like, man, I like a really good finale. And this was, I like an incredible finale, I'll say. And this was like a good finale. It was like, all right, okay. They came up with the weirdest freaking plan imaginable to save Fallon, and now it's over. So
At least they have a plan. Like, that's kind of the silver lining.
yeah, I gave like a roadmap for like what the goal is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They changed back, thankfully.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So-
I mean,
Yeah, there's not much to say. So
Yeah, I
as a
don't know.
series as a whole, now that we finished our finale discussion, because there's really not much to it. What would you say as a whole? How did you feel about the series?
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. It's again, I've said it already, even within this episode, but the thing that's impressed me the most has been the creativity.
Sure.
Been a very, very, very creative series. A lot of really good stuff. Yeah, no, it was just good. Trying to like picture it. I guess I shouldn't even really compare it to any of the other stuff that we've seen. But yeah, it was a really good series. It's got its weird moments. Freaking Laios is a character.
Jeez, what a weirdo.
He and his freaking monster obsession and stuff. But yeah, like I like the fact that they were always able to bring it back to food. Like they brought it back. They were kind of very clear about it in the beginning. Like, this is gonna be a show focused on food. And they fully delivered. And I guess now that I think about it, like, this is the way to save Fallon, I guess, right? Leading it back to what it was
In the
always
context
about,
of
which
the
is
fact
food.
that it's called Dungeon Meshi, I see what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
I suppose so.
Like, cause like, it would be strange if everything was like so food related, and then the central conflict, which is bringing back Fallon, was just the battle, I guess. Cause like now you have both elements. You have the battle element, which is against the lunatic magician, and then you have the food element, which is freaking. I still don't know how that's not going to hurt.
Oh, it will. It will. For sure. Of course.
They're going to make it super dark, aren't they? She's going to be screaming in pain as she's being like torn off the freaking
The whole
body.
thing is crazy. The whole thing's nuts, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, I will agree with you there. I do like that they took the thematic through line of the whole show to be eating food, and they're making it the conclusion to the story. You could tell that the author really thought about this from the outset of like, okay, I'm going to make it about food, and I'm really going to make it about food. Like, it really is going to be
commit.
about food. Yeah. Like, we're going to commit 100%. Like, everything kind of comes down to food in the end in one way or the other, right? The big, like, emotional moments with the characters has to do with food, with, like, the potential cannibalism and stuff, and the finale is going to have to do with eating food, and I bet you they'll beat Thistle by feeding him something delicious or something, right?
Imagine.
100%, bro. 100%. If the author is committing to it this much, you better believe it's going to be something like that. So, yeah, I think that's as kind of anticlimactic as this finale is, and kind of really weird that the finale is that they're building up to. I can appreciate it from a creative perspective, that it's yeah, like I believe it's a woman who's written this. Like, she really stuck to her guns on this. So, and from the outset, I was a little worried that the food stuff, because it was such like the food was like the whole focus at the beginning. And I was really worried that I was going to kind of get bored with it. But because they kind of brought in more of the story itself, the overarching plot, and the dungeon itself as well, right? They didn't let the dungeon wane in the shadow of the food. It really was dungeon Meshi, right?
Yeah.
It's the dungeon and the food, and it comes together to make like a whole, right? They really, the author really considered each of the aspects of the show, and they didn't want any of them to be wasted. They had the dungeon, the food, and the characters, and they really didn't go any wider. They went as deep as possible into all those things to make sure that like those topics were fully explored in a creative and interesting way. And you could tell, right? Because the creativity they were able to squeeze out of all three of those aspects is really impressive. It's really good, right? They didn't want to get into like magic too much, and they went into resurrection as far as it needed to be gotten into and stuff, but they really decided we're going to focus on just these things, and I'm going to make it really good and creative. And I think kudos to that. I think they really accomplished it, and I was sold. I got sold on it.
Yeah. And it managed to retain like a level of groundedness that if just like if someone were to describe to me like those goals, right, that you just said, it's like someone chose to make a story about a dungeon and food. Like, I don't know. Being so grounded as it was wouldn't have been my first instinct. Yet they managed to pull it off. Like, the world is believable within the paradigms and limitations of the world that exists. It's believable in its own right. There's like a bunch of systems that didn't necessarily need to be there, but again, like you said, flesh out the resurrection stuff, the freaking ledger of missing adventurers, like all sorts of little things that have just been sprinkled here and there to really
dungeon ecology, like that wasn't necessary.
Dungeon ecology, yes,
but they really felt like they had to go all the way and really flesh that stuff out. They really thought about it. Yeah. I really like the way you said it right. They didn't go wide; they went deep in their subject matter, which commendable. Yeah, it was cool.
I know you don't run out of like things to do and talk about, but she hasn't yet.
That's right, and that's the thing, right? It's just it kept surprising me with the amount of like creativity, like you said, like because they just kept going deeper and deeper into that one aspect again and again. I was like, how do they keep on coming up with this? This is like crazy. Yeah. They've thought of another new thing that's like really interesting and still compelling and stuff. Yeah. I don't know if it'll stick the landing. But, I mean, this finale, I don't think really stuck the landing. I thought it was fine. But it could have been more exciting, could have been more interesting, some development, something, right? They could have done something. But,
I see what you mean. Like it was less of like the season finales we've come to expect, and it's more of like a chapter ending, right? It's not a book ending, it's the ending of a chapter, right? And it feels like that the next chapter is going to turn over. I don't know how the actual source material is, right? Like maybe the way it was written.
As far as I understand, the next season for this is estimated to be the last season. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, right? Like in the manga, there is no like mid-season finale type of thing, right? Like
that's what I was saying, right?
Manga has like one arc, and it's the Dungeon Meshi Fallon Dark Magician arc, right? That's the whole thing, right? There is no intermission. So yeah, so you can't blame it too much for that. And so that's why, while I wanted it to be better, I'm content with what it is. And I'm excited to see the rest. I'm interested to see how it goes from a creative
definitely
route.
Interested to see how it finishes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That ending needs to be really good. I feel like we're going to get a satisfaction of both things. I feel like the battle with with the lunatic magician is going to be pretty sick. Cuz we're also going to have the lion, right? For all intents and purposes, I view it as like some sort of demigod kind of creature, right? If the lunatic magician felt threatened enough by it to lock it away, it's got to be pretty freaking strong.
For sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, a really good show. Stuff. If you could rate it out of 10.
If I could rate it out of 10.
Yeah.
Good question. Some episodes were fantastic, and other episodes were entertaining, but just that they were entertaining. I guess putting 5 like we always do, right? 5 is average. This is well above average, so I'd say like 7 or 8.
Okay,
somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
Like some episodes, like the one where Fallon shows up after she's been transformed, and like freaking we finally see her full form, and that was like insane. That was freaking
that was
9.
Nuts.
That was a 9 out of 10 episode, maybe even potentially a 10 out of 10.
Right.
And then we had like other ones where not this changeling one, but where there was those creatures that copy them based off their memories.
Yeah.
Like, that was a really good episode as well. That was like really funny. It was a bit like filler-ish.
Right. But it was like a really good filler one. That was one of
a really
an
good
example
filler,
of a really good one. There was the one filler one with the wolves and the sheep plant.
Yes.
That one was just like really just kind of there, right?
Yeah, like that'd be like a 6 episode, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like somewhere
there's a wide variance.
7 or 8.
Yeah, there's a wide variance in episodes of interest, but the good thing about Dungeon Meshi is there was never an episode where I was just like, okay, I don't want to watch anymore. Right? There were
never any bad episodes. Yes.
Right. There were never any bad episodes. With a show that has such like wide variance in intrigue in each episode, usually you have those episodes where you get those like, okay, like maybe I could skip this one, or this is getting kind of boring, right? Or it's not that great. But they didn't have that, which is really interesting, right? They had some killer episodes too. It's not like it was like mid in the middle all the time. They had some fantastic episodes and really interesting stuff going on. I would say like the midpoint of the season with Fallon, that was like the most hype and exciting part of the show for sure. And then from there, it just kind of like, just kind of chilled a little bit. So yeah, I would give it around a 7 to an 8. I leaned a little bit more on the 8 side, but there definitely, it's hard to say. I would say because there weren't episodes that like were actively like boring, but were at least like good and fine and enjoyable, I would give it an 8 instead of a 7 personally. But it is definitely on that line. Yeah, like I definitely, like, just as my own personal proclivities, I would appreciate more of like the party fighting magic dynamic, especially the magic stuff. Like I want to see like the magic be used more and kind of have that fleshed out. But I know it's not that kind of show, so I'm not gonna like minus points for that. But it doesn't have that, so I can't give it points for something that I would prefer, right? So yeah. Overall,
no,
pretty good.
Eight's a good score. Like that's the other thing too. Like there really wasn't repeat food. That's another thing too that really impressed me. Like just thinking right now off the top of my head, like trying to think of dishes. Right, it's
24
like,
dishes. George, go.
Like I can think of a lot of dishes, but the problem is like I have no way in which to like, and it's not that I have like crazy huge knowledge of like fantasy creatures and stuff like that, but I'm also not like below average.
Sure. You can't pick a monster for all these different courses.
Exactly, that I can think of. And yet somehow she's able to like, mix and match perfectly. Like this monster makes this meal, that monster makes that meal, blah, 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 blah. Right. And like all this stuff. And so it's all very creative, making each of the monsters edible. And I guess now, like the more I speak, like the more impressed I am, because what a wild concept to just come up with, right?
Oh yeah,
like,
and it could have been easily boring. Like that's why I was worried at the beginning. I was like, this is just gonna kind of be really repetitive and boring. It could have easily been that way, but they really hit it out of the park.
Yeah, like it's such a crazy concept. I mean, yeah. How does someone wake up one day and like just have this idea, right? This just, I don't know.
She's probably closer to Laios than she would like to admit.
Maybe that's
that's her freaking. That's her. What do they call that? The character you slot in. That's your self-insert character. Yeah, exactly.
It's freaking Laios.
Yeah, there were times that I wished Laios would have been more serious, that I wish the show would have taken itself more serious. I'll call out shows that do that like aren't able to let themselves be more serious when they need to be more serious. And I feel like the show struggled with that a little bit. It was afraid to get fully invested. Like it was weird, right? Like they weren't afraid to like hit those like really intensive emotional points, but then they wouldn't dwell on it like almost at all. They had to undercut it with like some kind of joke or something. And usually shows that do that undercutting don't even let themselves get to that point. You start to feel like they're getting to that, but then they like turn and they never quite get to that. But I feel like this show just like was kind of whiplashing. Most of the time it worked and it was really well done. But I felt like, especially at the end here, as it felt like things were kind of culminating, it felt like it should have been more appropriate to be a little bit more reserved with the comedy inserts at those points near the end.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like, I don't know exactly how I feel about Laios. Like him being a goofball, he's a goofball. He sucks at reading the room. He like, just, I don't know, like his hyper monster obsession is, I struggle to pinpoint Laios because he's like obsessed with monsters and that's like it. That's like the only thing he has going for him. Like, I mean, he's not totally incompetent in anything else, but it's almost like he accidentally is exactly what the dungeon needs in a sense.
It's kind of impressive that a character who's so one-dimensional is still such a good character.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? He's like very a great
one-dimensional character, which is tough. Yeah. That's hard to do.
Yeah. And yet it's exactly what the show needs.
Yeah.
Like it would not be the same without this party, but it wouldn't be the same without, for me, two characters, Laios and Senshi. They're like the glue that sticks everything else together. I love Marcel. I love Chilchuck. I want Fallon to be rescued. The Thistle, right, is the lunatic magician's name. Yeah, Thistle is a good villain. Very interesting. But yeah, without Laios and Senshi, just the show kind of falls apart.
Sure. Yeah,
Weird.
understandable.
It's weird that he's able to carry it, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's a driving force for the show for sure. And I'd say it works most of the time. I think it worked really well. Marcel's my favorite character, but I know you weren't asking.
yes.
Yeah, I think the animation was really good. The music, while I didn't think the music was amazing, I really did like how it was kind of iconic. It felt very dungeon meshy, right? It's not something I'm going to listen to, but every time I heard the songs at the points where they use them, I was like, this is like this feels like dungeon meshy music.
Here it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was nice too. Yeah, overall, a really good show. I was hoping for a little bit more here. I thought as we got more serious in the like episode 12 to 16 range, I thought we were kind of becoming a little bit more serious with the show, but then it felt a little bit more episodic and lighthearted in the last bit of the season here, which is a bit disappointing, but I still enjoy myself well enough. So yeah, overall, a really good show.
Yeah, really good show. Yeah, I liked it. And I'm excited for the next season.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay.
It'll be good.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning with us for this whole entire season. We got a lot more shows to react to, a lot more stuff coming to the Patreon. If you want to see our next series 2 weeks ahead of time, go ahead and check out our Patreon and our channel membership as well. You can vote there for the anime that we're going to watch. You can see things 2 weeks ahead of time. So it's great. You can see things on Patreon at least unblurred or uncut. And yeah, so go ahead and check out that stuff. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Everybody.